Trapped in a reality that feels rigid and limited, this seems to be a condition affecting much of humanity. We often feel like characters in a script we didn't write, where everything happens to us rather than through us. But what if reality isn't fixed? What if the energy field around you, the force shaping your emotions, your experiences, even your destiny, can be directed by your mind? The question is, how can we truly understand the deep connection between mental energy control and our ability to influence the reality we perceive? The answer, as hinted at by mystics, sages, and spiritual masters throughout history, lies in the deeper layers of consciousness, where the hidden architecture of the universe merges with the untapped power of the human mind. From the ancient teachings of the Hermetica to the esoteric rituals of the 33rd degree Masonic order, they all point to one startling truth. Reality isn't objective. It responds to your energetic state and mental frequency. In today's video, we're not just going to talk about the energy field as some mystical concept. We're going to explore how you can actually influence it through thought, will, and conscious awareness. So get ready for a journey that may challenge everything you thought was real. Because once you understand this, you won't just influence energy, you'll begin to shape reality itself. So before we continue with the video and explore this interesting topic further, don't forget to like, subscribe to the Top Hidden Knowledge channel to stay updated on everything related to personal and spiritual growth. This helps us bring more content that can make a difference for you. Throughout human history, there's always been a deep fascination with invisible forces, subtle energies that influence not only the body and mind, but also the soul. One of the earliest thinkers to explore these mysteries was Pythagoras, the legendary Greek philosopher and mathematician. Pythagoras is best known for his famous geometric theorem, but his legacy goes far beyond math. He was a mystic who believed that everything in the universe is connected through harmonious relationships that can be mathematically expressed. For him, numbers weren't just abstract symbols, they were the divine language of the cosmos. In his worldview, magnetism wasn't just a physical force, it was a cosmic thread tying together music, planets, human emotions, and all of creation into one symphonic, vibrational unity. Fast forward centuries later, and Pythagoras' ideas resurfaced. In the 17th century, through powerful spiritual movements like Rosicrucianism and Hermeticism, at a time when science was on the rise, but spiritual exploration was still thriving, these esoteric orders brought a new lens to the ancient knowledge. Among them, the Rosicrucians played a key role. They believed that magnetism held the secrets to understanding both nature and the universe at a deeper level. To the Rosicrucians, the energetic field wasn't just something to observe, it was something to work with. Through rituals, meditation, and focused intention, they developed methods to interact with and direct this energy. Their aim wasn't simply spiritual enlightenment, it was total transformation, both physical and spiritual. By aligning with magnetic energy, they believed they could heal the body, uplift the spirit, and even commune with divine forces. This was more than belief. It was a practical system for changing one's reality. Then came Franz Anton Mesmer, an 18th century physician who took the study of magnetism to another level. Mesmer introduced the concept of animal magnetism, a revolutionary idea suggesting that an invisible natural fluid flows throughout the universe and all living beings. He believed that illness was caused by blockages or imbalances in this energy, and that with the right technique, one could restore balance and health. Mesmer developed a process called magnetic passes, where he used his hands to guide and redirect this fluid energy, helping his patients regain their vitality. While his ideas were controversial at the time, Mesmer's work laid the foundation for modern hypnosis and the study of altered states of consciousness. His insights deeply influenced not just alternative medicine and psychology, but also our broader understanding of how the mind and body interact through energy. Despite skepticism from the medical establishment of his day, Mesmer's legacy endures. His work helped bridge the gap between mysticism and science, proving that the energy field isn't just theoretical. It has real effects on our health, emotions, and overall experience of life. Today, as quantum physics begins to explore concepts that once seemed spiritual or unprovable, we're starting to realize that thinkers like Pythagoras, the Rosicrucians, and Mesmer were ahead of their time. They weren't just dreamers, they were pioneers, offering us a powerful blueprint for understanding the invisible forces that shape our reality. The magnetic field they spoke of is not some abstract, mystical theory. It's the fabric of existence, constantly interacting with your thoughts, emotions, and intentions. When you learn to tune into it and work with it consciously, you tap into your true creative power. Among the great thinkers of the 20th century who dared to explore the unseen dimensions of reality, Manley P Hall stands as a luminous guide. A philosopher, mystic, and prolific author, best known for his monumental work, The Secret Teachings of All Ages, Hall devoted his life to uncovering the esoteric truths hidden beneath the surface of history, religion, and science. One of the most profound areas of his exploration was the manipulation of subtle energies, a sacred art he believed to be both ancient and entirely relevant to the modern seeker. For Hall, energy was not just a scientific abstraction or a mystical metaphor. It was real, omnipresent, and deeply influential. He taught that the universe is filled with an intricate web of invisible forces, subtle currents of energy that connect all living things, shaping not only the material world, but also our emotions, thoughts, and spiritual states. These energies, he asserted, are not beyond our influence. In fact, they respond directly to human will, focused intention, and the vibration of our consciousness. Unlike some interpretations that portray this knowledge as accessible only to an elite few, Hall believed that the ability to influence and direct energy is a latent potential within everyone. It is not reserved for mystics in mountain temples or secret initiates in ancient orders, though it has been preserved and protected by such traditions. Instead, Hall emphasized that any sincere individual guided by wisdom and integrity could learn to engage with these forces to bring about healing, inner transformation, and even influence the external circumstances of their lives. But, and this is key, Hall warned that true energy work is not a game. It is not about manipulation in the egoic sense, nor is it about chasing power for selfish ends. He stressed again and again that the ability to work with energy comes with great responsibility. Without spiritual maturity and moral alignment, attempts to control these subtle forces could lead to imbalance or harm. That's why, in his teachings, the development of character, ethics, and a purified heart were just as essential, if not more so, than the acquisition of esoteric techniques. Hall often referenced spiritual systems from both East and West, drawing connections between the ancient Hermetic principles of Egypt, the wisdom of the Rosicrucians, and Eastern philosophies such as Taoism, Buddhism, and the Vedic traditions, all of which speak of a universal life force that animates and unites all things. Whether it's called ki, prana, ether, or the astral light, Hall viewed this field of living energy as the hidden scaffolding of reality itself. And, most importantly, he believed the human mind was the key to interacting with it. Through meditation, visualization, disciplined thought, and emotional mastery, individuals can attune themselves to this energy field. Hall taught that every thought we think emits a frequency, and every emotion we feel shapes the energetic environment around us. By learning to raise our vibrational state and focus our intention with clarity, we can begin to co-create with the universe itself, rather than simply being passive recipients of fate. In this light, energy manipulation isn't some mystical fantasy. It's a natural human capacity that has simply been forgotten or dismissed in the modern age. Hall's message is a call to remember. To remember that we are not powerless, that each of us has a sacred responsibility, not only to understand the forces that move within and around us, but to use them consciously, compassionately, and wisely. He often said that true esoteric knowledge wasn't about escaping the world, but transforming it from within. And that transformation begins when we awaken to the reality that the energy we carry, the thoughts we project, and the intentions we hold shape everything. So the question becomes, what are you doing with the energy that flows through you? Are you allowing it to be scattered by distractions and fear? Or are you learning to gather it, focus it, and direct it toward a higher purpose? According to Manley P Hall, the path to mastery begins not with power, but with purity of thought, of heart, and of purpose. Only then can we step into alignment with the invisible currents of life, becoming not just observers of reality, but conscious architects of it. Manley P Hall, one of the most insightful esoteric philosophers of the modern era, believed that energy is not only the fabric of our universe, it's also the most powerful tool we possess to influence and transform our lives. According to Hall, through knowledge and consistent practice, we can learn to shape, direct, and harmonize this energy to not only benefit ourselves, but also positively affect the world around us. But this insight naturally leads us to a pressing modern question. How do we actually apply these ancient ideas in our fast-paced, chaotic world? With technology, noise, and stress all around, how can we possibly tap into subtle energy fields and harness their potential? Hall's answer is simple, yet profound. It all begins in the mind. He emphasized that our mental and emotional state is directly tied to the energetic frequency we emit, and that alignment between our internal state and the energy surrounding us is the key to transformation. This concept isn't just mystical, it finds echoes in today's scientific studies on neuroplasticity, quantum fields, and the profound influence of thought and intention on both the body and the environment. To help us access and work with these energies, Hall outlined a variety of practical techniques rooted in timeless principles and spiritual wisdom. These practices, ranging from meditation and creative visualization to breathwork and mental discipline, were designed to do one thing: teach us how to tune our internal frequency to match the energies we wish to attract and manifest. Let's break down how this works. The first and most essential step, according to Hall, is meditation. But this isn't just sitting still in silence. It's a focused, intentional act of communion with energy. Hall taught that energy can be visualized as light, as color, as flowing waves or radiating fields. By closing your eyes and seeing this energy radiating from your body, you begin to give it shape, purpose, and direction. He often encouraged visualizing a glowing light emanating from the heart or the forehead, expanding outward and shifting color depending on your intention. Golden for clarity, blue for healing, white for purity. These visualizations aren't just imaginative games. They serve as neurological triggers that direct the subconscious mind and align the personal energy field with specific emotional and mental frequencies. Next comes one of the most underrated tools in spiritual practice: the breath. Hall placed enormous importance on breath control, calling it the gateway to energetic mastery. Deep, rhythmic breathing does more than calm the nervous system. It shifts your energetic state, creating a bridge between the conscious mind and the deeper layers of your being. Through breath, we cleanse, charge, and expand our aura. We bring our awareness inward and become more receptive to subtle energetic movements. He taught that the breath should be slow, deep, and even, flowing like waves. Inhale, hold, exhale. Hold. In this cycle, the body relaxes, the mind clears, and the energetic body becomes more responsive to intention. It's in this state that energy can be shaped and reality can begin to shift. Once we enter this state of focused calm, our mental clarity increases, and our ability to perceive and solve problems becomes more fluid. Hall believed that most people don't lack intelligence. They simply lack energetic alignment. In a relaxed, meditative state with focused breath and strong visualization, the doors of perception open and answers often arrive with ease. Situations that once felt chaotic begin to make sense. Emotional confusion clears, purpose sharpens, and it doesn't stop there. As we practice these techniques over time, we begin to feel more connected to the larger field of life, to nature, to other people, to the cosmos itself. Hall described this as conscious cooperation with the invisible forces of the universe. In other words, you stop feeling like life is something happening to you and begin experiencing life as something happening through you. You become a conscious creator, an architect of your own reality. This isn't magic, though it may feel magical. It's the natural awakening of the energy system that has always been inside you. And once you learn how to activate and direct it, you start to see changes. Better health, improved relationships, stronger intuition, and even synchronicities that seem to magically align in your favor. The truth that Hall wanted every seeker to understand is this: you are not separate from the energy that creates worlds. You are that energy, and once you learn to shape it with clarity, integrity, and purpose, there's no limit to what you can transform. As we continue to explore the subtle yet powerful realm of energy, it becomes clear that learning to manipulate our personal energy field is not only natural, it's essential. And as we move beyond the foundational practices into more advanced techniques, we begin to unlock one of the most profound applications of this knowledge: healing. Manley P Hall, one of the most influential esoteric thinkers of the 20th century, believed that once the mind is trained and aligned, we can use it, not just to uplift ourselves, but also to heal others. This isn't metaphorical. According to Hall, energy is real, tangible, and transferable, and with focus, clarity, and intention, we can send it across space, time, and physical distance. He described energy transfer as something that can happen, intentionally or unintentionally, through a conversation, a hug, a handshake, even a text message or phone call. Anytime you connect with someone, you're exchanging energy. That's why some people leave you feeling drained and others lift you up like sunlight through your soul. It's not just emotional, it's energetic. This is because energy, by its very nature, seeks balance. When someone with low or negative vibration comes into contact with someone who is vibrant, positive, and stable, they will often absorb energy in an unconscious effort to stabilize themselves. While this might help them momentarily, it can leave the higher vibrating person feeling tired, agitated, or ungrounded, especially if they're unaware that an energetic exchange just occurred. That's why awareness is everything. The moment you become conscious of your ability to control your energy, everything shifts. You're no longer a passive receiver of external energies. You become an active guardian and generator of your own frequency. And when you can maintain a high vibration, you don't just protect yourself. You begin to influence the environment around you in powerful ways. Imagine walking into a room filled with tension and being able to cleanse it, not by saying a word, but simply by radiating peace, calm, and clarity. This is not science fiction or wishful thinking. This is energetic law. Just as tuning forks align when placed near one another, human beings entrain to the dominant vibration in a space. When your energy is strong, stable, and positive, you set the tone and others follow. You can use this power to charge your home with harmony, to bless your workspace with clarity and focus, or to elevate social environments with joy and warmth. And the best part, it doesn't require any external tools, just your awareness and intention. So how do we maintain that high healing frequency? It begins with intentional practice. Hall emphasized cultivating thoughts and emotions rooted in gratitude, forgiveness, joy, and compassion. These are not just feel-good emotions. They are high-frequency states that fortify your energy field and amplify your ability to influence others positively. When practiced regularly, they become natural, radiating from you like light from a flame. Visualization also plays a critical role. By seeing your body filled with golden or white light and imagining that light flowing outward to others, you activate your inner healer. You begin to direct energy with precision and purpose. Whether you're sending healing energy to a friend, calming a chaotic environment, or recharging your own body, the power of focused thought combined with emotional alignment is unstoppable. Breathwork, too, becomes your secret weapon. With every deep inhale and slow exhale, you're not just calming your nervous system, you're recalibrating your energetic field. In this state, your mind becomes still, your heart opens, and your energy becomes magnetic, radiant, and refined. Through the consistent use of these techniques, meditation, visualization, breath control, and emotional mastery, you build the foundation for powerful, energetic influence. And the first and most immediate benefit, your health improves. Stress melts away, anxiety loosens its grip. You sleep better, think clearer, and even experience relief from physical discomfort as your internal systems fall into balance. But the benefits don't stop with you. As you begin to radiate healing energy, those around you feel it. You uplift your relationships, support your loved ones, and influence your community without ever needing to do anything external. Your presence becomes your gift. This is what Manley P Hall envisioned, a world where individuals are empowered to reclaim their connection to the invisible, where energy is no longer a mystery, but a tool for conscious creation. When you learn to control the frequencies within and around you, you're not just surviving life, you're shaping it. What if the simple act of changing your inner energy could shift not just your reality, but also the environment and people around you? According to the timeless teachings of Manley P Hall, this isn't just possible, it's happening all the time. Hall believed that by learning to mentally control our personal energy field, we gain access to a power that is not only transformational on an individual level, but also deeply influential on a collective scale. When we emit positive energy, we don't just feel better, we become agents of harmony in our homes, workplaces, and communities. This energy-based influence is especially powerful in conflict situations, where tension is high and emotions are volatile. Imagine walking into a room charged with disagreement and negativity, and instead of being swept up in it, you radiate calm, balance, and clarity. The atmosphere begins to shift. People relax. Conversations become more productive. Suddenly, cooperation flows more easily. And nothing external changed, only your energy did. This is what Hall taught. You are always broadcasting. Every thought, every emotion, every intention sends out a vibrational frequency. When you become conscious of that fact and learn to guide it, you begin to reshape your world from the inside out. And while this may sound mystical, modern science is slowly catching up. Studies in neuroscience and quantum physics have started to confirm what ancient spiritual traditions have always known. Our consciousness interacts with the physical world. Brain imaging has shown that the mind can change the structure of the brain itself, a concept known as neuroplasticity. Simply put, your thoughts can literally rewire your reality. So where do you begin? Start simple. Tonight, before bed, relax your mind. Put on calming music, listen to the sound of rain, or simply focus on your breath, slow, deep, and rhythmic. Then close your eyes and visualize the life you desire. Don't just see it, feel it. What would it feel like to already be living that reality? How would people treat you? How would you carry yourself? Let those feelings flood your system. That feeling, peace, joy, confidence, fulfillment, is your energetic blueprint. When you fall asleep with that vibration imprinted in your subconscious, your brain begins to accept it as truth. Over time, your outer reality adjusts to match your inner signal. This isn't fantasy, it's frequency. And you are the transmitter. In fact, meditation is one of the most effective ways to get started. Just a few minutes a day, eyes closed, breathing deeply, focusing on gratitude or love, can reset your energy field and raise your vibration. And when done consistently, it rewires not just your brain, but your entire energetic output. The key here is consistency. You don't need to meditate for hours or visualize every detail perfectly. You just need to show up daily with a clear intention to feel better, live better, and broadcast better. With each positive thought you generate, with each act of emotional regulation, with each moment of presence and peace, you are sending out ripples of energy that affect everyone you interact with. Even a smile, a kind word, or a silent intention of goodwill carries power. Your vibration becomes a catalyst, not just for your own healing, but for those around you. That's why, when you're around certain people, you feel recharged and inspired, while others seem to drain your energy. It's not random, it's energy exchange in action. Low-frequency people seek equilibrium by drawing from those with higher, more stable vibrations. When you are conscious of this, you protect your own field, while still radiating strength. So next time you catch yourself spiraling into fear, doubt, or anger, pause. You have the power to shift, focus on what you want, fill your mind with possibilities, breathe, visualize, realign, and get ready. Because incredible things start happening when your energy is clean, clear, and focused. Manley P Hall believed that the mental control of our energy field wasn't just theory, it was a practical, daily practice that could lead to not only personal breakthroughs, but a complete shift in collective consciousness. He understood that as individuals awaken to their energy potential, humanity as a whole begins to rise. And now, science is beginning to support this truth. Revolutionary studies reveal that there's even a part of the brain that appears uniquely designed to facilitate spiritual connection, a neural space where some researchers speculate divine communication occurs. Could this be the doorway to our highest purpose? Could it be that our Creator speaks to us through vibration, through energy, through intention? What would you think if we told you that none of us are truly separate from the energy that created the universe? That every human being is, in fact, a living extension of that very energy field? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Feel free to share in the comments below this video. Thank you for watching. If this video opened your mind or helped you see reality in a new light, don't forget to like and subscribe to Top Hidden Knowledge so you never miss our next deep dive into mystery, perception, and the hidden workings of our universe. And if you have time, explore more videos on our channel. We're just getting started. Until next time, stay curious, stay aware, and never stop questioning the world around you.